The cobbles of Weatherfield are hiding some of the darkest secrets we have ever seen, and the upcoming twists will leave you absolutely speechless. Imagine smiling through the pain while a toxic presence slowly suffocates your every move, isolating you from everyone you love. That is exactly what is happening to Todd Grimshaw right now, as Theo Silverton's terrifying grip tightens. Meanwhile, the Platt household is unknowingly harbouring a very dangerous guest who is silently tearing their sanctuary apart from the inside. And if that wasn't enough, a jaw-dropping DNA revelation is about to expose a tangled family tree so deeply disturbing it will change lives forever. Before we dive into the deep end of these explosive Weatherfield secrets, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to CoronationST Update so you never miss out on the latest twists, rumours, and shocking reveals. Your support means the world, and we have a lot of ground to cover today. Let us start with a storyline that is quietly breaking the hearts of everyone watching, because it feels so incredibly real and terrifyingly claustrophobic. For years, we have known Todd Grimshaw as the ultimate survivor. He is sharp, sarcastic, and usually 10 steps ahead of everyone else in the room. Todd's journey with his intermission has always been a focal point of his character development, leading him through various messy but passionate romances. But nothing in his past could have prepared him for the absolute nightmare that is Theo Silverton. When Theo first arrived on the street, he looked like the perfect catch. He was charming, bought rounds of drinks at the Rovers, and had Eileen completely wrapped around his little finger. He seemed like exactly the kind of grounding, steady influence Todd desperately needed. But behind the closed doors of number 11, the reality is a completely different, horrifying story. Theo is a masterclass in coercive control, and the writers are pulling no punches in showing just how insidious this kind of toxic dynamic can be. It did not start with physical intimidation. It started with small, manipulative comments. A passing remark about Todd's friends not truly caring about him. A sudden, unexplained jealousy whenever Todd spent too much time with George or Billy. Slowly but surely, Theo began to build an invisible cage around Todd. He tracks Todd's phone, dictates his schedule, and uses relentless emotional blackmail to make Todd feel like he is entirely dependent on him. The psychological toll this is taking on Todd is devastating to witness. We are watching a confident, vibrant man being reduced to a nervous wreck who second-guesses his every word and flinches at sudden movements. The most agonizing part of this entire situation is that Todd's friends and family are completely in the dark. Eileen, bless her, thinks Todd has simply found a serious partner and is finally settling down. She sees Theo's controlling behaviour as attentiveness, but the cracks are finally starting to show. There have been moments where Theo's mask slips in public, a sudden sharp tone or a glaring look that sends a chill down your spine. Viewers are on the edge of their seats waiting for someone, anyone, to notice the truth. Will it be Mary, with her unexpected moments of profound intuition, who connects the dots? Or will Billy recognise the signs of a man pushed to his absolute breaking point? The tension is building toward a terrifying climax. There are rumours that Todd might try to make a run for it, but Theo is always one step ahead. When accusations surfaced in the past about Todd's own shady dealings, he could talk his way out of it, but you cannot talk your way out of a spider's web once you are completely tangled in it. Theo has made it clear that if Todd tries to leave, the consequences will be severe, creating a dangerous trap that will require a massive intervention to break. While the shadows lengthen over the Grimshaw house, a completely different kind of psychological warfare is taking place over at number 8. The Platt family has survived serial killers, sinkholes, and countless betrayals, but their newest threat is already sleeping under their roof. Enter Jodie Ramsey. When she first arrived in Weatherfield, she seemed like a bit of a quirky outsider, someone who just needed a place to crash and a fresh start. Gail, ever the bleeding heart, welcomed her in, despite David's immediate cynical suspicions. And for a second, David is proven right, because things are starting to go very, very wrong in the Platt household. At first, it was just small things. A missing hairbrush, a misplaced piece of mail. Gail brushed it off as her own forgetfulness, and Shona just assumed things were getting lost in the usual family chaos. But Jodie's sticky fingers are not driven by a need for money. She is not pawning these items. She is keeping them. It is a strange, deeply unsettling habit that goes far beyond petty theft. Jodie is hoarding personal, sentimental items belonging to the Platts. A photograph of Sarah, a watch belonging to David, a scarf of Gail's. It feels less like a robbery and more like a twisted collection. The audience knows exactly what she is doing, but watching the Platts slowly lose their DM minds as they turn on each other is incredibly frustrating and brilliant television. David is convinced that someone is playing a sick joke on them, and the paranoia in the house is reaching a boiling point. But the real question burning through the fan base is, why is Jodie doing this? Is she just a kleptomaniac, or is there a much darker motive at play? Coronation Street has a rich history of bringing in characters with hidden vendettas. Could Jodie be connected to someone from the Platts' traumatizing past? Some viewers are speculating she might have ties to Callum Logan, or even the infamous Richard Hillman, infiltrating the family to gather leverage, or simply to drive them insane as payback. When Gail eventually stumbles upon Jodie's hidden stash of stolen treasures, the fallout is going to be monumental. The betrayal of having someone violate their safe haven will push the Platts into a corner, and we all know how vicious David can be when his family's sanctuary is threatened. It is going to hit the fan, and the confrontation will be legendary. Yet, as gripping as the drama with Todd and the Platts is, nothing can quite prepare you for the absolute bombshell dropping on Ben Driscoll. We all love a good secret identity or a hidden paternity plot, but the writers have truly outdone themselves this time with a twisted family tree that sounds like something out of a Greek tragedy. Ben has been going about his life, dealing with the usual Weatherfield drama, completely unaware that his entire existence is built on a massive lie. The revelation comes out of nowhere, completely pulling the rug from under him. He discovers that the man who raised him, the man he called his father his entire life, shares no blood with him at all. Discovering your true parentage as an adult is enough of a psychological shock to send anyone spiraling. But in true Coronation Street fashion, that is only the tip of the iceberg. As Ben digs into his biological roots, desperate for answers, he uncovers a reality so messy and complicated it makes your head spin. Through a series of undeniable DNA matches and hidden family records, Ben learns the identity of his real father. And the sickening twist? This revelation intricately connects his past to his present in the worst possible way. Ben realizes, to his absolute horror, that his own son is biologically related to his current girlfriend. Take a second to let that sink in. It is the kind of mind-bending, stomach-dropping realization that completely shatters a person's moral compass. How do you even begin to process that kind of information? Ben is caught in an impossible situation. If he tells his girlfriend the truth, he destroys their relationship and potentially ruins her life. If he keeps it a secret, he has to live with the heavy, suffocating guilt of a profoundly disturbing family connection every single time they share a moment of sensual intimacy or look at his child. The emotional weight of this storyline is immense. We are going to see Ben pushed to the absolute edge, terrified of the judgment from the tight-knit community. In a place like Weatherfield, where gossip travels faster than the speed of light, keeping a secret this massive is like carrying a ticking time bomb. The brilliance of these intertwining storylines is how they explore the different facets of trauma and betrayal. You have Todd, trapped by an outsider who weaponized love into a tool for control. You have the Platts, whose trust is being actively exploited by an imposter in their own home. And you have Ben, betrayed by the past and paralyzed by a truth that threatens to destroy his future. These characters are walking on a razor's edge. One wrong move, one slipped secret in the rover's return, and everything comes crashing down. Will Todd find the strength to break Theo's toxic grip before it is too late? Or will he be completely consumed by the fear? Will the Platts uncover Jodie's true, sinister intentions before she tears their family apart? And how on earth is Ben going to navigate a reality where his family tree has tangled into a knot that cannot be undone? You will not want to miss a single second of the fallout as these massive storylines collide on the cobbles. The acting, the suspense, the sheer drama of it all is exactly why we have been addicted to this show for decades. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's deep dive. If you enjoyed unpacking these crazy theories and spoilers with me, please do me a massive favour. Hit that like button, leave a comment down below telling me what you think Jodie's true motive is, and subscribe to Coronation Store Update for all the latest and greatest from Weatherfield. Stay safe, keep your eyes on the cobbles, and I will see you in the next video.